Welcome back to the channel, you guys. As promised, this is my part 2 video. Wanted to explain some of this stuff. This is the fuel tank out of the Mustang. I've already pulled the fuel pump out of this, so we're going to be reusing this piece. You can basically clip these wires off because you're not going to be using them anymore. So there's 3 ports here. This one is a vent. Okay, this big one, the big line here, is your supply, and then the one with the little flap on it here is your return. This is where excess fuel pressure returns to the fuel tank on a fuel injection system. So basically what we're going to do is, here's the make sure I don't drop none of this in the fuel tank. So here's the fuel hose that went from this to the pump. So what I need to do is I need to make a hose that goes from here to about I'm going to say approximately a ½ inch below this deal right here, and I can excuse me, zip tie it here, pipe hose clamp it here, and I can basically drop this thing right back down in the tank, and it will pick up. Now if you do this, you're doing away with this screen sock thing back here, and you're going to want to definitely 100% run an inline fuel filter if you're doing this. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do this, because I have, let me see if I can find it here real quick. See, I got these adapter fittings right here, and they are super fast racing fuel EFI AN6 push on. You guys can see that. I got them from Amazon, but I've had this on here once already. This pops and locks right on there, converting this line to -6, so I can run -6 line. And let me see here. So I got a an inline fuel filter to put in the system. So if I do use this tank and this deal here, regardless, either way, this goes in the system before the pump, from your fuel to this, and then from this to the pump, and then on up. So I haven't decided yet whether I want to actually reuse this tank. It's nothing wrong with it. It's in really good shape. It's pretty clean inside. Or I want to just spend the money on a fuel cell to put in the car. I really didn't, you know, the fuel gauge and everything works, so I hooked this back up. The fuel level gauge will work. We'll always know how much fuel's in it. Chances are I'm probably gonna go this route with the stock tank. So but anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this. Today I have cut the exhaust off the car, because we're going to just run some like 16-inch collectors on the headers, and I may put this back in. I may go with this, I don't know. The straps are in beautiful shape. Everything's in really good condition on it. There's no really issues with any of that. So I may just take a vacuum to this and clean it up real good, and then just put it right back on there. I just need I need a piece of hose so that I can run the fuel line down here and pick up fuel from the bottom of the tank. I got to make sure I don't make it too long to where it actually hits the bottom. But I think as long as it's no longer than what that sock was, I should be fine. It'll pick up fuel. And I've seen several guys do this already on YouTube. That's how I learned how to do it. So hopefully this helps you guys out if you're wanting to do an EFI to carburetor conversion on your fuel injected Mustang 5-liter. So I suppose this would work as well if you were doing a carburetor conversion on, like, say, a 4.6 or something, but I'm not working on a 4.6, I'm working on a 5-liter. So it's pretty simple, straightforward stuff. There's plenty of videos out there on how to change a fuel pump on one of these, how to remove a fuel pump, so check that out. But as far as the modification goes, basically you're just going to run a rubber hose from here. You're going to clamp it, you're going to run it down here, you're going to have it hang out, you know, maybe about a 1/2 inch. Probably put a cable tie, a zip tie around it so that it doesn't creep back up. Actually, what would be the best thing to do is put a piece of metal tubing in the end of the hose and clamp it here, and then you could tie it. That way it doesn't collapse under the pressure of the zip tie. I may do that. But yeah, just to recap, vent line doesn't even, I suppose it comes out there somewhere, but this thing's really filthy. I got to clean it up. Your pressure, your return from your fuel pressure regulator, and then of course your plug for the fuel pump. Now I could use this power supply, but I'll probably have to jump over the relay or figure out how to run that Holly Blue pump off of this power supply, because when the key's on, it'll power the pump, it'll prime it, and then it doesn't run it again until engine's run. I'm not sure. I have to research that. If I figure that out, I'll let you guys know. But so as far as that stock wiring for the fuel pump, it's already wired into a relay. I just don't know how it'll work with a carburetor pump instead of a fuel injection pump. So imagine it'll do the same thing. I might try it and see. So one's a ground and one's a hot. So I'll have to charge the battery up, turn the key on, check, verify that wiring and stuff, but I should be able to do that with that. So that's all we got for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and I think on our next video we'll be probably tearing into the engine, pulling the intake, fuel injection and stuff off of it. So stay tuned, okay? And thanks for watching.